What to do when dealing with US funds? Three situations come to mind. Perhaps you've paid for something with US cash. Perhaps you have a US bank account. Or perhaps you've been paid in US dollars. The CRA requires us to report all income in Canadian dollars, and of course the exchange rate fluctuates daily. However, the CRA currently allows us to report the exchange based on an annualized exchange rate. SnapBooks uses that annualized exchange rate to make the exchange for you, making it simple to keep your entries. Let's say that you've gotten paid in US dollars that you've deposited to your US bank account, and you don't want to exchange it because you spend that money when you go back to the US and have US expenses. So how do we keep track of that? Easy. We go in here, we choose the appropriate category, and we simply check in case of US exchange. Here it is. It's right here, right? Nice and simple. When you put the money in here, let's say you got paid $1,000, the exchange rate, or $1,000, the exchange rate comes right up, and you can see the Canadian equivalent is $1,278.70. This was based on the 2015 rate that we see here. If you know the exact, if you've converted it into Canadian dollars and deposited it into your Canadian bank account, that's the number that you want to use. But this function is for when you have income or an expense that you've paid in US dollars and you don't know what the exchange rate was, either because you haven't exchanged the funds or again, because you exchanged a lot of money at once and you're recording now the individual income or expenses. Nice, simple, easy. This also works for broker statements. Here I can show you an example of that. We've switched companies now. We can go into our broker statement, have a look here, and if we check this, now we'll see that we no longer have taxes to record. The HST, GST are gone. And click back so you can see that happen again, right? Because you're not going to have HST or GST on US expenses. And simply go in here and the statement works the same, but it records all of this in US dollars. So it just makes recording your information so easy. You don't have to worry about exchange rates or the time of year that it was exchanged. You know, when you've paid for something, again, either you've left the money in US dollars because you have a US bank account, or you've received a US paycheck, a US pay statement, or you've paid for something in cash US dollars. This is the simplest way to track it. And again, it uses the average exchange rate published by the CRA. Simple, easy.